Class 6 Types of Motion Part 2. In this video, we are going to see about the different types of motion or movement in a body due to the force acting on it. Shall we get into the topic? Types of motion. Application of force causes a movement or motion in a body at rest. This motion is classified into different types based on number 1, the path in which the body moves, number 2, the duration of motion, number 3, the speed of motion. Let us see the different types of motion based on these three categories. The different types of motion based on path of the moving body are number 1, linear motion, number 2, curvilinear motion, number 3, circular motion, 4, rotatory motion, 5, oscillatory motion, 6, zigzag or irregular or random motion. Based on duration or the time period taken by the moving body, it is classified as periodic motion and non-periodic motion. Next, based on the speed of the moving body, it is classified as uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Let us know about each type of motion in detail. Linear motion. When an object moves in a straight line, it is said to have linear motion. Example, person walking on a straight path. Curvilinear motion. When an object moves ahead along a curved path, changing its direction, it is said to have curvilinear motion. Example, motion of a ball thrown. Circular motion. When an object moves along a circular path, it is said to have circular motion. Example, swirling stone tied to rope. Rotatory motion. When an object rotates about its axis, it is said to be in rotatory motion. Example, rotating top, rotating fan, wheel, earth, etc. Oscillatory motion. When a body comes to the same position after a fixed interval of time, it is said to be in oscillatory motion. Example, a pendulum. When you swing, you perform oscillatory motion. When the speed of oscillatory motion is very high, it is called vibratory motion. Zigzag or irregular or random motion. When the object moves in different directions, it is said to be in random motion. Example, people moving in a crowded street, movement of butterfly, movement of atoms or molecules in a gas. Let us now move on to the different types of motion based on duration. Motion based on duration. Periodic motion. When the motion of a body is repeated at equal intervals of time, it is called as periodic motion. The revolution of Earth round the Sun takes place for every 365 and 1/4 days. So the interval of time is the same and it is called as the periodic motion of the Earth. We know that the rotation of the Earth once about its axis takes 24 hours and it repeats. So it is a periodic motion. All oscillatory motions are periodic, but all periodic motions are not oscillatory. The motion of pendulum is both oscillatory and periodic. Revolution of moon around the earth is periodic, but it is not oscillatory. Children playing in a swing is both oscillatory and periodic. Non-periodic motion. When the motion of an object is not in uniform intervals of time, it is said to have non-periodic motion. We can see that the speed and distance covered by the ball varies with time, so it is in non-periodic motion. Hope you have understood clearly about periodic and non-periodic motion. Let us now move on to the motion types based on speed of the moving object. For this, you must first understand what is speed and when do we say it is slow or fast. Fast or slow. Motion can be fast or slow depending on the amount of force acting on it. When the force acting is high, the movement of the object is more and we say it moves fast. Example, violent shaking of branches of trees due to cyclone or strong wind. When the force acting on the object is not much, its movement is also not much and we say it is slow. When the object moves fast, we say its speed is high, and when it moves slow, we say its speed is low. Cheetah is the fastest land animal. A comparison is required to say whether an object is more fast or slow. Example, compared to walking, cycling is fast. Compared to cycling, going in a bus is fast. Aeroplane moves faster compared to bus. So we see that fast or slow is a relative concept. An understanding of speed is required to say whether an object is in uniform or non-uniform motion. Let us know more about speed. What is speed? Let us say a car travels 160 kilometers in 2 hours. Then we say that its speed is 160 divided by 2, that is 80 kilometers per hour. Therefore, speed is the distance traveled by an object in unit time. Speed S is equal to distance traveled D divided by time taken T. S is equal to D by T. If we denote distance traveled in meter and time in seconds, then unit of speed is meter per second. If distance is in kilometer and time is in hour, then the unit of speed is kilometer per hour. The speed of cheetah, the fastest land animal, is 112 kilometers per hour. SI unit of speed is meter per second. In science, we generally use SI units. Now that we have understood what speed is, let us move on to the types of motion based on speed. Type of motion based on speed. Uniform motion, non-uniform motion. Uniform motion. When the object moves through uniform or equal distance in equal intervals of time, the motion is called uniform motion. Let us assume a car starting from your house has covered 4 meters in the first 2 seconds and covers the same distance 4 meters in the next 2 seconds also. Then we say the car is in uniform motion. If the car covers 1 meter in the first 2 seconds and 10 meters in the next 2 seconds and 15 meters in the third 2 seconds, then we say that the car moves in non-uniform motion as the distance covered by the car is different in the same interval of time, that is 2 seconds. Sometimes we see that an object undergoes many types of motion and we say that the object is having multiple motion. Multiple motion. When a cycle moves, we see that its tire has rotational motion, its pedal has oscillatory motion, and the cycle has a linear motion. Similarly, in a sewing machine, you can see the needles oscillatory motion, the footrest oscillatory motion, and the wheel's rotatory motion. The needle oscillates and stitches in a linear motion or even zigzag motion. Thus, we can see different types of motion in a moving body, that is, multiple motion in a moving body. Hope you have understood clearly about the different types of movement caused by force. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and click the bell icon.